Good morning. Welcome to our 6 a.m. Pacific time moment of devotion, contemplation, and prayer. It may be a different time zone that you're tuning in, or perhaps you tune in later on in the day. We leave these broadcasts up all day so you can enjoy them at any time that is convenient to you. I'm not in my usual location, so I don't have my normal candles, and I know that as I light this votive candle, that many of you are lighting candles also as we spend this moment together. We're using 365 Science of Mind a Year of Devotion by Ernest Holmes, and I have it on my Kindle app on my phone to read together with you. And as is the case, each of these daily contemplations each has a reference, a quote from a scripture, and today's has Psalm 138. And often I will pause to look up the scripture to learn a little bit more about it and then go down a rabbit hole. And that is the case today with Psalm 138, which has the phrase, I will praise thee with my whole heart. And it's part of Jewish, Catholic, Protestant, Orthodox liturgies. And I found out it's been set to music by, well, gosh, dozens of composers, some really well-known ones like Claudio Monteverdi, Heinrich Schütz, Charpentier, Delalande, and so on. It's considered to be the part of the final Davidic collection of Psalms, Psalms 138 through 145, and they're specifically attributed to David. So the psalmist begins with thanksgiving for the divine, for the loving kindness, for the loving care experience by living in close personal conscious connection with the divine. And I enjoyed that very much. So I thought today what I'd like to do is read the psalm for our contemplation and then a spiritual mind treatment, because I'm certain you'll read the passage from um, 365 on your own anyway. So I've got the King James version of the psalm, which is a little tricky to read, but I offer it to you as a meditation. So if you haven't already closed your eyes, I invite you to do so, to get yourself situated, to follow your breathing a little, let your whole body relax. And imagine that these words are yours or that you're just listening to them, making adjustments to them as need be. I will praise thee with my whole heart. Before the gods I will sing praise unto thee. I will worship toward thy holy temple and praise thy name for thy loving kindness and for thy truth. In the day when I cried, thou answeredst me, and strengthenedst me with strength in my soul. All the kings of the earth shall praise thee, O Lord, when they hear the words of thy mouth. They shall sing in the ways of the Lord, for great is the glory of the Lord. Now though the Lord be high, yet hath the Lord respect unto the lowly. Though I walk in the midst of trouble, thou wilt revive me. Thou shalt stretch forth thine hand against the wrath of mine enemies, and thy right hand shall save me. The Lord will perfect that which concerneth me. Thy mercy, O Lord, endureth forever. So let us use these words to lead us into a spiritual mind treatment. of thanksgiving and praise for the ever renewing grace and beauty of the living Spirit. There is only one Spirit, whether we call it the Lord or the Mother of creation, or the thing itself, as Dr. Holmes called it, or the ground of all being. It is one and the same, everywhere present, revealing itself over and over as creation. It is what I am. Its life is my life, and all life. I am perfectly aligned with it and included in it and held by it and embraced by it. I move and breathe and think in it. It is all that I am and all I have ever been and all I shall ever be. And these words of conscious union fill me with a realization that this has always been the case. That I have been guided and sustained, inspired and moved by a spiritual reality that I am part of and ever shall be. This realization fills me up with such a sense of joyful expectation for the unlimited ways in which this divine life may reveal itself. And it causes me to have such a space in my heart to bring into my awareness all of the beings, the sentient beings of this planet, all the people of this planet into my compassionate heart space. Through this contemplation of oneness, I recognize my unity with all life. And I become aware of the sense that this living spirit that I am dwelling upon and thinking through is available in me and through me, expressing through me right now. It goes before me and is behind me, is above me, inside of me, and below me. It is all that I am and all that is happening everywhere. And so I think upon those places in the world where there is war or hunger or strife. And I bring my compassionate heart and understanding into that place to affirm that the living spirit is there too as help, as relief, as clarity, as harmony. And I let this prayer motivate me to know what is mine to do, to be a vehicle through which the help and clarity and compassion of this living spirit may come. And as I speak these words, I feel the innocent expectation arise in me of even more insight into the ways of the world. I feel rising in me a song of praise, a recognition of the holiness that is everywhere. And in this recognition, I see there is work for me to do to realize and express the elegant beauty of the living spirit that I know. And so I give thanks for having the calling to be a compassionate presence in the world. And even though I do not know the way or everything that must be done, I feel the confidence of knowing that there is that within me that does know. And so I yield to it and let it guide me. In deepest gratitude, I release this word of prayer and let it be done. And so it is. I thank you for joining me this morning. And I love to hear from you and where you're tuning in from. And I love receiving messages from this, our growing family of practicing religious scientists, and from all the different places that we are tuning in together from. I love to hear that. And if there is something that is incomplete in you, or if you cried yourself to sleep last night, or if there's just something in your heart that you wish to bring some prayerful consideration to, please contact our World Ministry of Prayer, where trained prayer practitioners are on duty to partner with you in spiritual practice. It's very easy to find the World Ministry of Prayer. You just in a search engine, you type the World Ministry of Prayer, and it comes up right quick. And there you can leave a request, use the chat feature, or call in to receive your customized personal spiritual mind treatment. If you do use the World Ministry of Prayer, I hope you will let me know what your experience was like. I'd love to hear that. And thank you to the dozens of people who share this broadcast so that other people may join us and know of the work we are doing together. Have a blessed day. I look forward to seeing you again tomorrow.